All right, let's keep talking about goals. December is such a good time frame to do that. Reflecting back on 2022, what have we accomplished? Where do we fall short? Why? And what do we want to accomplish in 2023? I already talked about stretch goals, thinking about what should I attempt versus only where do I know I will succeed. But how do we know what success looks like if we're putting down our goals? How do we know what that looks like? We know because we put goals down. We put measurable goals down to what we're aiming for. All right, so I'm a big believer in what gets measured gets done, and that's how you determine success. The other thing we do at Service Express is we put together all of our KPIs, or key performance indicators that we have for the company as we look going forward. And so we measure many things company-wide, by department, by region, by office, individually. I'm a huge believer in measure, measure, measure. However, measurement without goals is not nearly as effective as having good goals down there. One of our global service managers, Wade Leveling, said it appropriately on a recent phone call. He said measuring metrics without goals is like using a GPS without a destination. You get the GPS out, you head off. How do you know if you've arrived anywhere? You have to put the destination. You have to put the address. That's the goal. When do you get there? And if you're like me, it's a race against time. When does the GPS say I'm going to get there? And then how much can I beat that timing by to get there? Have a little fun with that. It's the same thing with all of our goals. We have to have goals. Otherwise, how do we know if we've made it? How do we know if succeeded? How do we know if the goal was too easy? How do we know if the goal is too far out? A stretch goal. What does success look like towards that stretch goal? How close did we come to it? And therefore, how far did we exceed kind of what our baseline goal might have been? So as we're thinking about goals in the future, what is the measurement we're going to use to determine if we've had success or not? Think about that as you do all of your goal setting, all of your KPIs into 2023.